Yes, 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 yes. Hi, what's going on there? It is, or I am, Uncle Davey, also known as Dr. Dave. I don't know why. The other day, for some reason, I called myself Uncle Davey on I think it was like on a short video, and I got a lot of people saying Uncle Davey. It was pretty cool. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just go with Uncle Davey for a little bit. Maybe it's a lot friendlier sounding than Dr. Dave. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Whatever. Anyway, it is kind of late on a Monday evening and unannounced live stream. I just had something I want to share with you guys. And if anybody comes in, that's fantastic. If nobody comes tonight, then people will watch it on the replay, and that's also totally fine. Because I got something really important I want to share, and the title of this is why microdosing psilocybin does not work for everything. Trust me, I'm a tremendous fan, and it totally, totally changed my life starting almost 5 years ago. And it's changed my outlook on life. It's changed the way I see things. It's changed the way I interact with people. It's changed my mental health. No more depression, no more anxiety, PTSD gone, things like that. Great, fantastic. I love it. It's been wonderful. But does it help with everything? No. I'd be doing you a disservice. By the way, I see 4 people already here. If you're here, just check in and say hi in the chat. I'd love to say hi to you. If you want to say who you are, if you want to share who you are. If not, you want to lay back. It's late at night, or you might be. That's totally fine as well. Anything is fine. Anything goes. Eric is here. Hey, yeah, there are a few people watching. Eric, totally unannounced. I just want to come in and chat with my friends for a little while. We're going to keep it a little bit short this evening because I know on the East Coast, especially where you are, it's getting late. But I'm glad you're here, Eric. And the JHV 37 is here. Yeah. And Eric, I got to say, I've always good hearing from anybody, and it's great hearing from anybody. But my regulars like Eric. Always good. And just in case you're not sure who I'm referring to, Info Warrior 1, also known as Eric, just like Dr. Dave, also known as Uncle Davey. I'm trying it out. What can I say? If you missed that, go back to the beginning of the replay. When you see the replay, I'll explain why Uncle Davey is a possible name for me these days. Anyway, I want to share something with you. I've been struggling with some things that it seems like microdosing or even larger doses of psilocybin is just not going to cure. It's not going to cure. And something I'm struggling with over the past few years, but it's been tough the past few months is my osteoarthritis in my knees. Now, you would think, okay, well, that's a physical thing. Of course, it's not going to help. But remember, psilocybin is an anti-inflammatory, so it does help curb inflammation. However, it's not a panacea. It's not going to just take care of every single thing in your body. However, like I've said for close to 5 years now, and also you guys watching, I'm trying out just it's not my studio, it's another room in my house right here. And so I've got this USB mic I just plugged in. If you can hear me, if the sound quality is at least okay, give me a thumbs up there. I just want to make sure you can hear me and make sure that the sound quality is at least decent enough. I want to make sure of that. So it's been rough. And today I went in and got thanks, Eric. Appreciate that. I got 2 injections, one in each knee, steroid injections. And I don't like to do that because, again, they say if you do it too often, and I don't do it that often, maybe once or twice a year, they say it can accelerate the what would it be, the cartilage deterioration or something like that. I'm not sure exactly, but it accelerates something that's not so good. So I don't like to do it too often. However, my knees were when your knees and I don't know if anybody's going through this, but when you're, I've had decades and decades and decades of wear and tear through marathon running, backpacking with heavy packs on, skiing, all kind of bike riding. Bike riding doesn't do too much damage. It's not really that much of an impact, but decades and decades of wear and tear on my knees. And when your knees hurt like this, it's not only physical, it's psychological, mental also, because if you don't think that wears me down and it puts me in a bad mood, if my knees are hurting, it puts me in a frame of mind like I can't do anything. My knees are hurting. I'm not the same person I used to be. I can't do what I used to do. It really wreaks havoc on your mental health for sure. Enter psilocybin. The psilocybin does help with the mental health. And also, you remember, I've been teaching you this for, as long as I've been doing this show now, close to 5 years, that psilocybin, that's why they call one particular strain or strain. I guess maybe not strain. It would be a, oh God, what is it? Oh my God, not maybe not a strain, but golden teachers. But it's not. Maybe that's not another strain. Maybe that's just a variety. It gets a little technical, and sometimes I get confused. Strain, species, variety, things like that. Golden teachers. It's part of psilocybe cubensis. See, it's late. I can't even talk right, but we're not editing. It's live. Cultivar. I'm not sure what that is, Eric. Cultivar. That probably wasn't the word I was thinking, but it's okay. I don't know. It's late, but it's not as late as where you are. It's late here, but it's not as late as East Coast. I'm on Mountain Time, so it's not even 8:30 p.m. here. But my bedtime is early these days. Oh, okay. Sorry. Basically, okay, cool. See, I love it when people teach me things, because the minute that you think you know everything, that's really, really dangerous. And admittedly, I don't know everything. I'm a regular old guy, just like you all. I just have a lot of experience with microdosing for mental health and also for physical, but I don't claim to know everything. Never have. Dopamine. Great, Gick. Hold. That's a great question. That's a really good question. Hold off on that. I'll tackle that. That's a really good question. What do I think about microdosing THC? So hang on. The JHV, I have osteoarthritis. I use red light therapy and comfy salve, and it really, wow. I'd like to know a little bit more about the red light therapy. I'd like to, I'll look that up. A friend of mine actually had some laser treatment, and he said that really helped. But I don't know. But anyway, my point is that psilocybin helps with a lot of things, and they are teachers. The mushrooms are teachers, and they guide you in the right direction. They guide you, but they don't cure everything. But is guiding somebody in the right direction leading to a cure, leading to something that gets fixed? Yeah, I think so. But they're not directly fixing my knees, and it's rough out there. It's rough. I've tried. I don't want to do surgery. I think I'm not at that point yet, but I want to just be at least comfortable when I go skiing, hiking. It's funny. They don't really hurt much when I'm actually in the act of skiing, but in the act of walking from my car through the parking lot, carrying skis in my ski boots, they hurt. So the skiing itself, when I'm actually skiing down the mountain, that doesn't seem to hurt. But yeah, walking across the parking lot, walking up steps with my ski boots on and carrying my skis and poles and gear, it hurts. It hurts. So I'm just trying to share this with you, that the mushrooms don't cure everything, but they help a lot, and they guide you, and they point you to direction with, especially like even right now, like JHV 37 said, look into red light therapy. So that's a teacher. That's a teacher right there. So I'm gonna research that one. I really am. So thanks for that. Now, dopamine. thoughts on microdosing THC. It depends what you're trying to accomplish, I think. The thing about psilocybin is that it does rewire, it actually rewires the neural pathways. So if you're microdosing psilocybin, let's say a few times a week or whatever your protocol is, there's no real right or wrong. And let's say you're doing, I'm making this up, 150 milligrams, 100 milligrams, 200 milligrams. Over time, that's rewiring the neural pathways in your brain. Things are changing for the better. Cannabis, THC, I don't think that's rewiring. However, microdose, and I'm not sure what kind of dose you're talking about, but microdosing cannabis, I think there is something to that for sure. And when I say microdosing cannabis, I'm talking about maybe a milligram, 2 milligrams, 3 milligrams, a very, under 5 milligrams. So you can totally function. You're not going to be high. I mean, most people are not going to be high on 1 or 2, 3 milligrams of cannabis, THC. Most people are not going to be high on that. But I think in the background, yes, I think it could work. I think it could work to help for a little bit with anxiety, a little bit with sleep. I do use cannabis for sleep in combination with microdosing, or in fact, lately with microdosing Amanita muscaria. It's a different mushroom. It's a totally legal mushroom. And that works on the GABA receptor, not the same receptor that psilocybin works on. Psilocybin works on the serotonin receptors. But Amanita muscaria, when I say Amanita, I'm referring to Amanita muscaria. That works on the GABA, and it's a very calming mushroom. So oftentimes I'll microdose that maybe 3 hours before I'm going to sleep, and then a little bit of cannabis microdosing later. And sometimes not a microdose of cannabis. Sometimes I'll do like 10 milligrams of THC half an hour to an hour before I go to bed. And it seems like that combination really works very well, because as some of you might know, I was really sick the whole month of January, and luckily nothing serious, nothing permanent, nothing serious, but I had just a bad virus. It was probably RSV. It might have been. I didn't get diagnosed, but it was probably RSV. And I was just coughing and sneezing and blowing my nose. And it was just ugly and horrible. And it just wasn't fun at all. So some nights I just didn't sleep well at all. It was terrible, really, really bad. So lately, since that's subsided, I've been really using quite a bit of Amanita and cannabis, and I've been sleeping like a baby. I mean, sleeping really, really well. I've actually been going to sleep probably 9 p.m., 9:30 p.m. Typically, I'll wake up only one time in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, and at my age, that's a pretty good thing. Only one time is not bad. I'm not fighting that one. That's not bad at all. And then I'll wake up around 5 a.m. and study, get up, and I've got a morning routine. I study usually 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. And I take my Japanese lesson with my teacher in Osaka. I take a Japanese lesson 3 times a week between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. Make breakfast, have a whole morning routine. And that's really, really important. In the old days, I used to just lay in bed and just be lazy and not get up at any certain time. And just even though I woke up, I would stay in bed, maybe scroll on my phone. I would, just waste time. But I found that it's much healthier once you wake up naturally. Again, let's say I go to bed 9:30, wake up at 5. I believe that's 7.5 hours sleep, I think. Is that right? Yes, I think it's 7.5 hours sleep, which is ideal. It's the optimal. 7.5 is like the optimal number for adults. I just get out of bed. I don't, pardon my language, but I don't just dick around in bed and just do nothing. It's not going to help me. It's not going to be healthy. I get out of bed and I do the stuff I do, and it starts my day off in a great way. Dopamine, great answer. I have through thoroughly, extensively experimentation and journeys that cannabis to be only thing that really helps me deal with Anhedonia. I can't remember. Oh, I can't remind me. I'm sorry. I can't even remember what that is. Anhedonia. Let's look that up real quick. I always thought that psilocybin kind of did, but not really. Anhedonia. What is? Let's see. What is that? Now I'm curious because I've heard the word, but I just can't. It's in my brain, but I can't remember what it is. Where is it? Where is it? Anhedonia. 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 Inability to feel pleasure, inability to feel pleasure in activities that are usually considered to be pleasurable. Difficulty in feeling pleasure. Well, okay, thanks, Eric. Yeah, so wait a minute, let's go back and see that. Thoroughly, extensively experimentation with the cannabis is the only thing that helps that. And psilocybin didn't. Well, that's very interesting. That goes to show that everybody's different. And there's no steadfast rule that says, if you do this, it's definitely going to work with blank. If I'm pronouncing it right, anhedonia, if that's the right pronunciation. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it right even, but that's okay. You know what I'm saying. So my answer would be if cannabis, especially microdosing THC is working for you, then do it. That's great. You found an answer. But I'm a little bit surprised that psilocybin didn't help with that. Because again, the rewiring of the brain is very powerful, and I'm surprised that psilocybin wouldn't work with that. I am a little surprised. Yeah, cannabis makes food more pleasurable to a fault, probably. Sometimes that's why. Okay, so that's why I don't usually dose cannabis, like for example after dinner, right after, because it's going to give me the munchies, and I'm going to pig out, and I'm going to get fat. So I don't want to do that. So I usually do my cannabis dose about 30 minutes before I'm ready to get into the bed, because then when I'm sleeping, it doesn't matter, it's going to be fine. But if I'm telling you, I've had experience with, like, if I do it too early, I'm munching on all kinds of snack. I mean, usually healthy. I mean, I've got a lot of nuts lying around. I love mochi ice cream, but it's a little tiny mochi ice. Mochi is the sticky rice with a little bit of ice cream in it. It's not that much, so it's tiny. But then if I start putting chocolate covered cashews or something into my nut mix, it's not good. I don't want to pig out. I don't want to pig out at night. So that's why I've been doing my cannabis dose closer to bed. Get into bed, fall asleep, and it's a beautiful night's sleep. Usually, it's not 100% guaranteed, but usually it's a good night's sleep. The afterglow after psilocybin trip was very, very uplifting in my mood, but didn't directly tackle the anhedonia problem like THC. Okay, well, again, you kind of answered the question. Then you figured it out. THC works for you for that particular issue. THC. So, I mean, do you do it every day? Do you have to use it every day in order for it to work? And if you take a few days off, does it come back and you lose the sense of enjoying pleasurable experiences? I'm curious about that one. Because I don't know, maybe it would be great if you could just only do it maybe a couple times, 2-3 times a week, and it takes care of the whole week. That would be great. I don't know the answer. My total guess is that it only really works while it's in your system. Once it's all metabolized out, I'm guessing that the anhedonia comes back. I'm guessing. I don't know for sure, because admittedly, I don't have much experience with that. And again, I'm happy to share when I don't know something about a topic. See, you guys taught me something tonight, and I love it. I should be paying you. You guys taught me something. You guys taught me a lot tonight. I love learning. I love learning, because maybe now I can help one other human being on this planet that has some type of issue like that, like anhedonia, if I'm pronouncing it right. I got to look up the pronunciation to make sure I am. Let me see. And anhedonia. I get, maybe that's it. Let's see. Let's see the pronunciation. Let's see.
Anhedonia.
Say it again.
Anhedonia.
Anhedonia. Anhedonia. Thanks for the hearts. You're with me on that, right? Anhedonia. Anhedonia. Were you pronouncing it right, Eric? Dopamine. Were you guys pronouncing it? You guys probably know how to pronounce it. I didn't. I didn't know how to pronounce it. I love tea in the evening. I usually drink black coffee in the morning, tea in the evening. It just, there's no reason. It just works. I just love it. I just love it. Okay. Anything else, guys? Anything else? I'm going to let you go. It's getting late on the East Coast. It's actually getting late for me in Mountain Time because, like I said, I usually try to get into bed by between 9 and 9:30 these days. I try, and I usually do it. Tomorrow morning, I don't have my Japanese lesson, so I don't have to get out of bed by 5. I don't have to, but there's a good chance I will, at least by 5:30. There's a very good chance. I was watching. I was watching that whole. Oh God, what is it? The kidnapping out of Tucson. Nancy. Oh my God, what's her? But I get like a mental block. The oh my God, Nancy Guthrie. Nancy Guthrie. Been watching that whole thing about the kidnapping, and Harvey Levin or Harvey Levin, however you want to pronounce his last name. He's the founder of TMZ, and he looks really good. And I just looked him up tonight. I didn't because I thought he was older. He looks really really young. He's 75. And I asked like how he looks so young when he's 75, and supposedly he's got a very very strict nutrition and workout schedule. I think he gets up 3 a.m. and hits the gym by 4 and eats really 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 clean. And I'd say looking at his I saw a video of him tonight, and he's 75 years old. To me, he easily looks like he could be 55 or 60 easily. So, again, if we really take care of these bodies that we own, we kind of own them. I know after a certain amount of time, we don't own them anymore. They were just gone. But while we're here living inside these suits, these bodies, if we take really good care of them, then it pays off. It's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee, but it can pay off. It can pay off. The odds are better if you take care of yourself, and that's why I try my best, and that's why microdosing has helped me learn so many things about my mental and my physical health. It's over the course of we're going on 5 years now, guys. 5 years. Who would have ever thought that I'd be microdosing regularly for almost 5 years? Simply walking faster they say, yeah, Eric, they say that and again, I'm kind of down on triathlons, marathons, and I've done my share of marathons over the years. I've done my share. I don't think they're that healthy. I think they're stressing our bodies way too much. But something like walking, I don't think it has to be super fast. I think it has to be faster than a stroll for sure, but it doesn't have to be like speed walking. It doesn't have to be power or speed walking, but yeah, a faster pace than a stroll for sure. Also, they say that these older women that live to these ungodly ages, they ask them, well, how did they do it? And one of the things they talk about is they've been gardening for a good part of their lives. And I think there's a lot to be said for being one with the earth. Like you're down on your knees, you're feeling the earth with your fingers, and I think there's a lot to be said for that. Plus, there's probably some good exercise and stretching. To be a gardener, you've got to be able to, you got to be flexible. I can't do some of it. Like it's hard for me these days because of my knees to do even like a rock pose. A rock pose is when you just sit down on your knees and on your butt. So, if knees folded, kind of like I can't do it. I'd have to get down on the floor and show you. I'm not going to do that right now. But you know what I mean. Rock pose. Look up rock pose in yoga. It's hard for me to do a full rock pose, and that used to be like the easiest thing ever for me, ever. But I guess things tighten up, and it's more difficult. But gardeners have to be able to do that. They have to be able to sit down like that. So I think there's a lot to be said for things like that. Walking, gardening, just being outside in the sun. I've talked about this a lot, and I do believe that that's a formula for for a longer life for sure. Okay, I think we're gonna call it a night. I didn't think I'd be doing over 25 minutes, but I love this. I love you all. Love doing it. Tell me, tell me what you think if you get a second. So with the very, very beginning, I introduced myself as Uncle Davey and not Dr. Dave. I said Uncle Davey, also known as Dr. Dave, because just came to me the other day. I was doing a short video, and for some reason I just said this is Uncle Davey, and I don't even know why I said it, but it had a ring to it. And some people messaged me and said, I really like that Uncle Davey thing. Let me know whether you're here live right now, or let me know whether, if you're watching this recorded, if that like resonates at all. Is it too stupid? Is it weird? Or is it kind of like cute? I don't know. I don't want to be too formal with the Dr. Dave. I've used that for years, and it is my name. It's kind of my nickname, but does that come across as too stiff? I don't know the answer. I'm just like I said, I'm just a regular guy who's got a podcast, who's got a video channel, who's been microdosing for almost 5 years, sharing my journey, trying to help another human being on the planet. And as it turns out, I've helped a lot of human beings on the planet, not just one. I like Dr. Dave better because okay. Okay. Well, interesting. Yeah. And it's weird to change like something that's been going for a long time. Davey Inkle. So far, I think it seems like, well, I don't know, Eric, I don't know if that's a thumbs up or a thumbs down, but I've got definitely a thumbs down from JHV, and that's okay. I want your honest opinion. Sorry to answer your questions from a few minutes ago. Yes, I find every day to be effective and highly tolerable. I can skip a day before I really. Oh, okay, good. So it's not a cure, right? It's not a cure. And remember my title here. My title, I know the title refers to psilocybin, but even psilocybin cannot cure everything. It can lead you maybe to answers. It can teach you. And maybe that's kind of saying it can cure things, but it's not going to. Or my point is, when I wrote this title and when I wanted to do this live, there are going to be things in our lives. If we're human beings, there's going to be things in our lives that still cause trouble, pain in some way, difficulty. There always are going to be things. There's no way, and you've never seen me come on this channel or anywhere. You've never seen me say that my life is perfect, everything is great. You've never seen me say that. You have seen me say that my anxiety and depression are gone. You've seen me, but never have I said that everything just works out perfectly every day for me. Because just like you, I'm a human, and we all have situations that we go through. And I was going through some bad pain in my knees recently, and it's not fun. And I got collided into by a skier last week, coming down the mountain. This guy wiped me out, and it was terrible, and it was totally not my fault. I was skiing in total control, going down an intermediate trail, and this guy just plows right into me, and it was bad. And my helmet, I will tell you right now, my helmet saved my life, guaranteed. Because had I not been wearing a helmet, first of all, it'd be stupid. I think I would have had a concussion or death. I'm telling you, that's how hard I hit. I hit so hard, it frazzled me. It was very, very, very bad. But thanks to my helmet, I'm still here being able to live stream for you guys. Let's see. Psilocybin did help me mature a lot. Honestly, it's so helpful in that regard. Yes. What do you think about that? Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, there's so many things that psilocybin will help you do along those lines, maturing. And also, I've been able to see things totally differently. I've been able to realize what's going on with other people. It helps me with kindness. I definitely see things that I couldn't see before. it gives you like a whole different perspective on life. I think it does. So yes, psilocybin, I believe, it's an incredible positive effect. When it helps you do things like mature and be more spiritual, be kinder. That's a great effect. Great effect from psilocybin for sure. So thank dopamine. Thanks for that. Appreciate that. Um, One more thing I'll say before I get out of here. And it's not it's not something that you have to do, but I'd be irresponsible if I didn't throw this out there. Eric knows what I'm going to say. I try to say it a lot all the time, but I don't try to say it so it overpowers everything. We've got a Patreon group. It's a paid platform. It's $12.50 a month. The link's always in the show notes or on my website. It is just, we've gotten some new members lately that are just absolutely bringing this thing to a level where the conversation is going 24/7 almost. I mean, I can't guarantee that if you ask a question 3 a.m, that's going to get answered right away. I can't guarantee that. I've got to be truthful. But for the most part, there's a conversation always flowing. So for example, if dopamine asked a question about what he was at, what he or she, I guess it's he, I guess he. Sometimes I can't tell. What he was asking about the anhedonia, you would have had some great answers and some great conversation about that on our Patreon. So again, I never push, I never beg, but I just want to throw it out there that it's there, it's available, and we do a live meeting every week. We try to do one every week. Sometimes we have to skip a week just because of scheduling, but it's a great group of people that I'm just so thankful for. And if you're not on it, it doesn't mean I don't love you. I love you just as much, but I just want to throw it out there that it's there, available if you want to join. That's all. That's all I'll say about that. How big is our Patreon group, Eric? It's about like maybe this big, maybe this. It's big. I mean, it's all relative. I mean, we've got well over 100 active members. Well over 100, probably close to. And I usually don't give numbers out like that, but I happened to check it like a little while, like earlier today. I think it's like 100, close to 150 active members. Now, active member means they're paying every month. It's $12.50 a month they're paying. Some people do it just to support the show, and I love that. But I can't say most, but many do it to have a community there and ask a question. If there's a problem, we have a member now that's going through some difficulty with her. Her father-in-law is in the hospital with heart problems. Her mother just had some heart issues, and there's a tremendous amount of support there. We're all helping everybody out. So that's what I'm saying. When you ask a question or want support, and also we talk about where to get the best, what are our trusted sources for getting this medicine. We talk about that. That's the only place I talk about it, because I can't talk about it on a totally public forum. It's going to get somebody in trouble. I don't want to do that. So Eric, I hope that answered your question. Yeah, it's a beautiful family. And again, Eric, I know you're here, you're not in Patreon, and I'm going to tell you something. I love you every bit as much as if you were in, but because it to me, as long as you know it's available and you choose not to do it, that's totally fine. I will never beg. I will never say, well, if you don't do Patreon, no, it's not like that. I put out a tremendous amount of free content every week, podcast episode. I do a bunch of short videos each week. I try to do lives when I can. But I put this special community out there because we do discuss things that we don't talk about in total public forums. That's the main thing right there. We've got just a loving group of people, and that's all I need to say about it tonight. The people that want to join, they'll find it. The link is in the show notes. It's always there. I want to thank every one of you who is here live, who's been here live. Eric, Dopamine, who else would the JHV? Who else do we have here? A bunch of other people that those are the main people that talked, and some people just hang in the background, and that's fine. Plus, there will be a bunch of people that eventually watch the replay on this, and that's going to probably be over the next few days. So We're doing a live meeting on Patreon. It's a live meeting, meaning it's like a Zoom, and we all see each other. And so here, Eric and Dopamine and JH, you got to like type in your chat, and that's fine. On a live meeting, we're talking face to face. It's beautiful. And if you're shy, if you don't want to be seen, you can just mute your camera, mute your name. You don't have to be seen in any way. People kind of hang in the back of the room, and that's also fine too. Okay, I want to share that with you guys. I truly love you. I'm still going to do like a little poll, a little vote, Dr. Dave or Uncle Davey. I want to see what people say. I'm just cracking myself up here, guys. Hugs, kisses, whoever is out there watching live replay. Love you all. We will talk really soon. I absolutely promise you. And I got a great episode that's coming out just this Wednesday. So in 2 days. Tomorrow's Tuesday. If you're watching this on the replay, probably today is Tuesday. So check Wednesday's episode. Hold up. My throat. I am pretty sure it's going to resonate with you. Have a great night's sleep. Stay healthy. Talk to you all really soon.